who's there to facilitate what the community or the local population or young people or old people, whoever, it gets their feedback and it implements it in an appropriate way. Obviously not within reason, because everything's controlled by finances, but it should be that they are able to represent the voice in their local area and not just their own voice or just their own group of people. If they're elderly, it's not just about representing elderly people, it's about representing the whole community.
I just think it should be like right across the board, really, all kinds of people. Not just like teachers and things like that, but it's all kinds of people, to be on it.
Open-mindedness, understanding, and a deep knowledge of mental health issues.
The most important thing, people are going to be committed for the trust, and they must have a total commitment in the welfare of people with mental health problems.
They know more about the subject than the doctors and the specialists. They know all the ins and outs of things, but at the end of the day, the person knows how they feel. The doctor doesn't, unless he or she is told.
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of things that nobody's come across before that they obviously can advise on with that type of thing.
If someone needed to talk to someone about like depression or anything, they could like go. In school we've got the buddy system where if someone's been bullied or something, they can go to older like pupils and ask for help and stuff. And they can like raise awareness of like.
Yeah. They're the service user, you know what I mean? So they're going to know if it's right or wrong, where it's going wrong, what needs improving, you know what I mean?
I think as the service users can become governors or members, and I think it's essential that service users are going to be involved. After all, it's these are the people that need the service that's provided. I fully believe that they've got to be involved.
I think it should be mandatory. I think it's very sad that we should even think that they shouldn't have a say in it. I mean, the services is for people, and particularly around NHS services, about getting well, and quite often if you're depowered and you can't say something, then it doesn't really help your aid to recovery.
Well, just to listen to the point of view on things, because sometimes I don't think they'll get listened to at all.
I mean, they've got the previous experience to, to say what's involved.
I think it's the more people that know about it, the more opinions you've got, the more people are going to learn.
Well, if you didn't include the service users, then you wouldn't be able to judge how it's actually working. So I mean, they'd be pretty vital.
Well, children are more mature these days. When we were younger, I mean, at 14, they're more like we were at 16.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, 14 is quite. At 14, most children know what they want to do and where they want to go, don't they?
I think at 14 you're only really experiencing your own life, so I don't think your experiences wouldn't be, you could relate your experiences but you wouldn't be able to assess or judge, the values of other people's experiences like that. As you get a bit older then it gets better.
I think any input that they can give is important, so it doesn't matter how old they are, within reason obviously, that they've experienced something, so they can give some sort of perspective that obviously you might never think of.
I think it sits very well with the children's services, and it also sits well with the sort of kind of political boundaries as well. I think if we provide a service for young people, they've got to have an influence on what we provide, otherwise we won't get feedback on whether the service is acceptable to them or not. And we've got to value young people, they're our next generation.
The more people you got involved, the more ideas you'd be able to throw into the pot.
That you can trust them more because they're usually younger than most other people and they look up to other older people, but they can always see what's right and wrong.
Young people, if they're fully up to date, I'm sure they can bring new ideas.
And they know what's going on. They don't touch, with other young people. You know what the problems are and how to, what they could do to resolve it.
To have any young person's opinion is a good opinion, because why ignore young children when it is all about them, especially all about them?
It should be included because it's therapeutic to them as well, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's good to have young people, let them have the say.
A young person has a different slant on things that the older person does and can look at it from a different point of view.
I think whatever age they are, they have a right to voice their opinions. I think that's one of the most important things we can do, is to listen to them.